Hello movie fans and welcome to a new DVD update where I'll be showing you all the DVDs I've bought in the last month. We start off with some horrors. We have the original Last House on the left. This is got a nice slipcase. It's a double disc. It's the Region 2 version, which is slightly cut before we had the 3-disc Ultimate Edition, which was fully uncut. Yeah, I thought I'd pick this up. It wasn't too expensive. It's got a nice book in there with behind the scenes, tells you all about the movie. Yeah, I thought I'd add this to my collection. Then we have the special edition double disc digipack of Species, which is an okay film. Stars Forrest Whitaker and Alfred Molina, Marge Helgenberger, Michael Madsen and Natasha Henstridge, who is probably more famous in this movie for showing her breasts quite a lot. It was an okay film. It wasn't amazing. I was looking forward to it when I first heard about it, but I was slightly disappointed. I also bought the sequel, Species 2, with Natasha Henstridge again and Michael Madsen, which I liked more than Species. I thought this was a really good film. And there's Natasha Henstridge's breasts again, making an appearance. Yeah, not a bad film. As I said, I like this more than the first one. Then we have this film called Stay Alive, about a group of friends who play this computer game. One of the characters comes out of the computer game and starts killing them all. Not a bad film, I found it quite interesting. Stars Samara Armstrong from the OC and It's a Boy Girl Thing. Yeah, I really liked it. Then we have this supernatural thriller. It's slightly similar to House on Haunted Hill. Yeah, I've seen this a couple of times. Really like this film as well. It's worth checking out if you haven't seen it. And we have this British horror film, Long Time Dead, which was okay. I saw it at the cinema. I watched it again when I got it a couple of weeks ago. It's okay, you know, it's nothing special. I wouldn't take any notice of that tagline, makes Jeepers Creepers look like the Tweenies, because it's not as good as Jeepers Creepers, no way. Then we have this film called The Bone Snatcher, which I've never seen before, so I can't tell you anything about it. It's got quite a nice cover there, but it's from Anchor Bay as well. But yeah, looking forward to seeing that. Then we have this thriller from Wes Craven, Red Eye, with Rachel McAdams and Cillian Murphy. This is a really good film. I really like this, and yeah, really good. Then we have this supernatural thriller, The Prophecy, starring Christopher Walken. It also stars Eric Stoltz and Virginia Madsen and Elias Koteas. They have made 4 other films in this series, but I've only seen 2 and 3. I haven't seen 4 and 5, but this is a really good film. If you like films about good versus evil. Yeah, really good. Then we have the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I already have a number of versions of this. So I was actually trying to get the digipack with the black cover and the chainsaw in the background with a nice little booklet in there, but I ended up getting sent this instead. But it's okay, it was only £1.25, so it's got no extras whatsoever, but that's okay because I have the 3-disc steelbook. That's got all the extras you can want. Then we have this film called Dead End, which is a nice creepy horror film, which stars Ray Wise, who was in Twin Peaks, and Lin Shaye, who's in Kingpin and There's Something About Mary. When I first saw this, I wasn't too keen on it, but I watched it again last week, and yeah, it's quite a nice film, quite a nice creepy film. Then we have this classic in my mind, Hatchet, which I've seen a few times now, and of course they released the sequel this year, and I'm waiting for that to come out on DVD. Hopefully it'll be just as good as this. Yeah, great film. And we have Land of the Dead. This is the Region 1 unrated director's cut, which is okay. I didn't think it was great. Next to Survival of the Dead, is probably the weakest of the Dead series. Stars Asia Argento, who I really like. I think she's a really good actress. Also, the late great Dennis Hopper's in this. But yeah, it was just okay. It's got a nice slipcase, but you know. Then we'll move on to a few 80s classics, in my mind anyway. We have Porky's, the original, which is a great film, which I haven't seen for years. Thought I'd pick that up. Then we have this National Lampoon's Animal House, which stars the late great John Belushi and Tim Matheson. Kevin Bacon's also in this, and Karen Allen. Yeah, this is a really good film. I watched this again last weekend, and yeah, John Belushi's just great. I mean, he's just mental. He does all these madcap dances and does all these great things. Oh, yeah, he's just great in this, just like he was in the Blues Brothers. Then we have this film, Jake Speed, with John Hurt and Wayne Crawford. A little known film from the 80s, which I think is a really good film. Then we have this classic with Matthew Broderick and Ali Sheedy, War Games, which they made a sequel to this year, which I haven't seen. But yeah, this is a great film. This Chevy Chase classic, Fletch, which they also made a sequel to called Fletch Lives, which I want to pick up as well. This is great. Chevy Chase did make some great films in the 80s, and this is in the top 10. Yeah, with this film from the 90s with Mark Dacascos again, Crying Freeman. It's based on a manga cartoon. This is a really good film. I watched this again a few weeks ago, and yeah, it's really good. Then we have this film, Below Utopia, with Ice-T and a favourite actress of mine, Alyssa Milano. I think in America this is called Body Count, but I think we had several other films in this country called Body Count, so the title here is Below Utopia. It's not a bad little thriller, which I saw years ago. It hasn't got any extras apart from movie stills, scene selection, which isn't really an extra. Yeah, it's not a bad film. We have a couple of Tim Burtons I picked up. I've never watched this film, I know, yeah. It's quite old, Nightmare Before Christmas, but my wife really wanted to see it, and I thought, seeing as it's Christmas next week, I'll pick it up. You know, I quite like Tim Burton's films. I'm not too keen on the ones he's made in the last 5 years. I didn't really like Sweeney Todd. I didn't like Alice in Wonderland, but he has made some really good films. Beetlejuice, of course, one of my favourites, but I thought I'd pick that one up. Also picked up Corpse Bride, which I have seen once, but I didn't watch the whole film because I wasn't too keen on all of the singing going on there. But the visuals are quite stunning. But yeah, I picked that up as well. And we have the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the movie, not the original live action ones. This is animated, but I've heard it's really good, so I thought I'd pick it up. It was only £1. I also picked this film up, Nurse Betty, with Morgan Freeman, Renée Zellweger and Chris Rock. I saw this at the cinema, and it was a slightly odd film, you know, Chris Rock in a type of thriller type movie, when I'd only seen him in comedies, but it was not bad. Some good performances. I picked up this James Bond film, Moonraker, with Roger Moore. I'm a bit embarrassed to say I only have about 3 or 4 James Bond films, and I thought, you know, if I see them now cheap, I'm going to pick them up. And I remember this film from when I was a kid being really good. I mean, I've seen all the James Bond films, but yeah, it's a bit embarrassing only having 3 or 4 films. Then I picked up this thriller with Sandra Bullock, Murder by Numbers, which I didn't rate a whole lot. It was okay, you know. As I said in one of my other updates, I think Sandra Bullock should just stick to the comedies. I picked up Donnie Darko. This is just the normal theatrical cut. I have got the director's cut somewhere, but I thought I'd get this. It was pretty cheap. We have the original Austin Powers, which is a great film. This was only £1, still wrapped up as well. This is a Region 1. I have the Region 2 as well. Then we got the X-Files, I Want to Believe. This is the director's cut. This was still wrapped up as well. This was only £1, which was an okay film. It wasn't as good as the first X-Files movie. In my mind, it was a bit boring. Here I have this Christmas film, Fred Claus, with Vince Vaughn and Paul Giamatti, which I thought was really good when I saw it last year. This is still wrapped up as well. This was only £1. It's quite apt to get this film so I can watch it for Christmas. Then we have a few digipacks. I've got another one of these Flixbox. It's got Evil Woman, which is Saving Silverman in America. Not Another Teen Movie, and Loser, with Mina Savari and Jason Biggs, which I saw at the cinema, which wasn't that great. And I picked up another one from Flixbox. It has Charlie's Angels, Vertical Limit, and the original Spider-Man. Vertical Limit I saw at the cinema. I didn't rate it a whole lot. You know, it was okay. Robin Tunney's in it, and she's an actress I really like, so that's probably one of the reasons I went to see it at the cinema. Charlie's Angels, of course, is really good fun, and the original Spider-Man's great as well. Then we have this digipack with Fun with Dick and Jane and the Cable Guy, 2 Jim Carrey films. Fun with Dick and Jane's a remake of a Jane Fonda and George Segal film. And the Cable Guy also stars Matthew Broderick. I didn't really like the Cable Guy. I thought it was probably Jim Carrey's worst film. Our version in the UK has also got a cut in it where there's a headbutt from Jim Carrey onto Matthew Broderick. And Fun with Dick and Jane was okay. Yeah, it wasn't too bad. Also stars Tia Leone, who was in Bad Boys. And I bought this Arnold Schwarzenegger box set with the Terminator, Predator, Commando and Conan the Barbarian. They're all in little slim cases. I've already got all of these films, but I thought I'd pick up this box set. It was only a £5, and that's a great picture there of Arnold Schwarzenegger from the Terminator. 4 great movies. They haven't got a lot of extras, but you know, I already have them as normal DVDs or special editions, so that was just nice picking that up. Then we have the Black Hawk Down 3-disc special edition. Bit of a plain cover there, but this is a good film. Has the film on the first disc and loads of extras on the other 2, documentaries and deleted scenes. This is a pretty good film. Not really Scott's best, but there you go. There's your 3 discs. Little booklet in there, or just a little 1-sheet thing. Tells you about some other releases, chapter selections. Not really that interesting. Yeah, that was pretty cheap as well. Then we have Cleopatra 3-disc, which I've never seen the film before. Stars Richard Burton and Elizabeth Taylor. Apparently it was a really expensive film to make. This has got a nice book in there. And the 3 discs. Unfortunately the film's on 2 discs. And the extras are on the 3rd disc. This is quite a nice collector's set. Then we have the Fight Club Definitive Edition 2-disc. I've got the Region 1 Definitive Edition, but this is a great film. This was the first time in the UK it was uncut. It's a great film. I don't mind how many times I have it. I will pick it up on Blu-ray as well. When I first saw it at the cinema I wasn't a huge fan, but I've seen it a few times since, and I love it. I think it's great. Some really nice moments of black comedy. Edward Norton beating himself up being one of the standout highlights, and Brad Pitt's also excellent as well. Some quite vicious fights. Good film. And the last one today is this box set I picked up, Region 1, Too Cool for School collection. 12 movies on 3 discs, so you've got like 4 movies on each disc, 2 on each side obviously. And they're just comedies from the late 70s and early 80s. We have Malibu Beach, Hunk, The Van, The Pom Pom Girls, Cave Girl, Weekend Pass, My Chauffeur, My Tutor, Jocks, Tomboy, The Beach Girls and Coach. I've only ever seen Tomboy, so this will be pretty good. I might have seen some of the others, you know, on video and forgotten about them. Maybe they weren't that great, but this is a nice little collection. I think it cost me under £5. And yeah, I like these types of movies. Like I said, some of them are from the 70s, some are from the 80s. So yeah. There's my pickups from the last month. Some really good films there, as you can see. I've got a few steelbooks to show, but I'm going to show them on another video, which I'm going to do straight after this one. So, as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.